she wouldn't be pleased with what he's doing. And he must know that because she wanted him to love his older brother. No question. But he won't give in to that. He won't give in to that at all.
Two examples this week of sad and bad behavior by Prince Harry, showing that his relationship with his older brother and also the rest of the royal family is in such a shocking state. Let me bring in now Angela Levin. She is, of course, our royal mastermind, but also the biographer of Queen Camilla and Prince Harry. And Angela, I know you've been very upset this week to see the way that Prince Harry and William were unable to come together for the Diana Awards. Can you explain what happened?
Yes, I thought that was profoundly sad because they both love their mother, still do, obviously, and they couldn't even get together to send one letter or to be together saying this is the anniversary of it, the 25th anniversary, and it gives awards to young people, the best people who come up with something really original and interesting about the world or the company they're in and all that. And they just couldn't do it. And William sent a very nice letter that his mother would be delighted.
This
And Harry did a little film, which he had two people on either side of him. So that was one up, I suppose. And saying again about his mother and how pleased she would be. But to see these two boys doing virtually the same thing for the same person who loved them both, and yet they couldn't even get together for 5 minutes and do something joint, even if they did it one after each other closely, and one made a joke, and they couldn't. But I don't blame William because I think Harry is so spiteful and nasty now, and so determined to get his own back on his life, really, that I thought it was extremely sad. And of course, Diana loved them both, and her main aim is that she wanted them to be able to be with each other all their lives because they would be able to help each other in a way that nobody else could do that. She was very proud of them. She understood the differences in their character, but she felt that they could stay together, and she did keep telling them that. It was very important, and that's what she wants. And that actually annoys me when people like you show me or tell me about what he's doing, what he's saying about his mother, because she wouldn't be pleased with what he's doing. And he must know that because she wanted him to love his older brother. No question. But he won't give in to that. He won't give in to that at all.
No, it's
Right.
deeply upsetting, but I'm
Yes.
with you. You can't blame William given Harry's behavior remains so abominable, because there was another example of that this week, Angela. And I want to just, while I'm explaining this, just take a look at the video in question. So this was the big release of the Archewell charity successes of the year. Now, it's a whole other story that I actually don't think this charity has been successful at all. It only took in $1 million. It gave $250,000 to Joe Biden's daughter, which is clear political interference. But let's just put that to one side, okay? Because what was so shocking about the release of this video, Angela, is it was timed to directly compete with the state visit to the United Kingdom, because Harry and Meghan, anytime there are lots of beautiful pictures of the royal family, and especially Prince William and Catherine, who looked so united and happy during the state visit, they decide we have to overshadow it. What did you make of it?
Well, I think I'm used to that too. You can be absolutely sure that either half an hour beforehand,
Yeah.
at the same time, half an hour later, she will be doing something. We saw that even with her cooking, luxurious cooking and jam jars, that she turned up um, when it was the first time that Catherine was, allowing people to see her. Now, I can't think of anything more spiteful and unnecessary, but that's what she did. And there's some sort of pulling that it's trying to get their own back somehow, and they never will because um,
Right.
Harry and because the Catherine and William have very different personalities. They don't behave in the same way. So it's just such a waste of time, and it's tragic actually. But they rub it in. They rub it into any bad part that they can find or will look for, and just to spoil it.
They could have released this video any time as well. That was the thing, Angela. It wasn't at all timely. It didn't have to go out on this particular day. It wasn't connected to a particular event. So I agree with you. It just really seems spiteful. Angela, we do have news out of the Invictus Games this week. Can I ask you about this? Katy Perry signed up to perform at the ceremony, but the Royal News Network has posted on X that they don't think this is as big of a get as the Invictus Games are making it out. The Royal News Network tweeted, an organisation past its prime, paying for talent past its prime. At this point, Katy Perry isn't the get it used to be. Her last album was an absolute bomb, and it's been embarrassing to see her desperately clinging to relevance in the music industry. So
Yeah.
maybe they don't think it's not as big a deal as what Harry does.
Well, maybe Harry doesn't think it's such a big deal, but it's better than no deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if they've really persuaded her to come along, and she does live very close to them,
Yes.
the name still rings a bell in many people's ears. I feel sorry for people who sing very well and then their voices go, and they want to boost things because there are still tickets to sell, which is unusual. He has given a load to some children, two each, which again, it shows that there isn't actually full seats everywhere. But I think it's a shame, but at least they want somebody there to sing, and it might look good, and people who haven't actually heard her sing lately might think, well, we all must go there because she was wonderful, and go and listen. But I think it's a desperation really. And I think there's not that much money that they can pay for singers now. It's very difficult. It's very expensive to put on these Invictus Games, and if they don't get enough money being offered to them, then it's even more difficult because Harry and Meghan get the clothes. Well, Meghan really gets clothes from there. They get their travel paid for, and they get accommodation paid for. So they're quite expensive. So if you've got to have a singer, you can't actually get someone who's right at the top because it's just too expensive.
The thing is, Angela, that I find quite concerning about the whole Katy Perry thing is that she's in a relationship with Orlando Bloom,
Yes.
and Orlando Bloom provided the voice of Prince Harry in that horrific comedy series called The Prince, which was all about mocking Prince George in ways I'm not even going to actually put out there because I think it's so inappropriate to be talking about a very young boy in, let's just say, an adult way. It was very, very inappropriate. And so to me, I feel like Orlando Bloom is not a pro-royal guy. He has decided to go to the Harry and Meghan camp.
Well, I don't know. Perhaps he just decided he'd help Harry out. I don't know how to criticize him because I don't know him and I've never talked to him. But I think sometimes if people plead with you to do something, you do it, but you think it's not so terrible, and then afterwards you think, "Oh my God, what have I done here?" I think there's lots of ways to do that. You're at a party and suddenly you're saying things which you really don't wish you could say or do say.
Angela, can we talk about the state banquet this week?
Yeah.
Firstly, the royal family pulled a PR coup because they didn't tell anyone. It was a big secret. It was a big reveal. David and Victoria Beckham would attend the banquet. And obviously, this was a bit of a hammer blow to Harry and Meghan because Victoria and David had made a decision that they are no longer Team Sussex. They actually fell out. We've spoken about it before. You have had lots of brilliant insight on this. They fell out quite some time ago. But the fact that they were there at the banquet as star guests, interestingly, Angela, sort of filling the role that Harry and Meghan would have played at the state banquet as
Oh,
sort of like that glamour.
no, I wouldn't let myself even think about that. No, I think that they'd got there for very different reasons. I didn't think that they invited them to take that place. I mean, Victoria was as incredibly scared. She didn't know what to do with it. She should run with it. She wouldn't. And then she clasped her husband's hand. It was quite difficult for her. She dressed very modestly, you see, no, nothing going lower than was respectable and all that. But I think Beckham is an amazing worker with the royal family. I mean, he became very friendly with William. They both did lots of things with football, and he knew the eminent due to football as well. I think in some
Of Qatar,
cases.
yeah.
Yes, I'm not out with my football. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, it was
And
very controversial, him actually. He was an ambassador for the World Cup when it was in Qatar, and a lot of people were highly critical of him for that because of Qatar's stance on gay rights. But can I just show you the little cute little video, Angela,
yeah,
of David
yeah.
and Victoria walking in? But first, with the holidays creeping up faster than your aunt's fruitcake recipe, I've got something better to share with you. And if you want to look sharp, for those festive gatherings, which you certainly do, and maybe win that Best Groomed at the Family Dinner Award, you've got to check out the latest masterpiece from Manscaped, which is the Chairman Pro Electric Foil Shaver. Trust me, this is a brilliant product. I use it. It guides you to a smooth, irritation-free shave. So let's dive into the goods. The Chairman Pro is armed with not one, but two interchangeable skin-safe blade heads. Think of them as your grooming superheroes. It's the skin-safe 4-blade foil for when you want that baby's bottom smooth, and the skin-safe stubble trimmer for when you want to keep some stubble, like I do, but just clean it up a little bit. Both keep you looking sharp while minimizing razor burn and irritation, because no one wants to show up to the holiday party, right, looking like they lost a fight with the Christmas tree. But wait, there's more. The Chairman Pro has Flex Adjust technology, which is basically like the holiday miracle of shaving. It's like Santa's elves made it just for you. The blades and pivoting head adjust to every corner of your face, and it's gentle on the neck area, as if they had the gift of foresight. So go ahead, kiss that awkward jawline patch goodbye. No more pretending it doesn't exist, while you hope nobody notices under the mistletoe. And if you want even more precision, on the right side of the bracket, there's a precision lock. So when you lock it, the blade head sits firm so you can achieve a more precise shave. And here's something that's going to make your grooming routine even easier. The Chairman Pro is waterproof, so you can use it right in the shower. And the waterproof feature doesn't just make shaving easier, it also simplifies cleanup too. Just a quick rinse under the sink and you're all set. The Chairman Pro isn't just for daily shaves either. It's powerful enough to tackle up to 5-day growth, making it perfect whether you're shaving every day or just tidying up after a few days. And with up to 75 minutes of runtime on a single charge, you'll have plenty of juice to go from Santa's beard to smooth as a snow angel. It even has a travel lock to help make sure it doesn't accidentally turn on in your bag, and an LED spotlight to help you see every detail, ensuring nothing gets missed. So get the Chairman Pro today and experience a shave that is as smooth as you deserve. It had everything you need to keep your face looking and feeling its best, and it's all in one box. So head on over to manscaped.com and join the over 11 million men worldwide. I'm one of them who trust Manscaped by using the code Outspoken for free shipping and 20% off. That's www.manscaped.com. Use the coupon code Outspoken, you get free shipping and 20% off. But now, back to the show.
David Beckham has had some good chats with the King recently. He has teamed up with him to become an ambassador for the King's Foundation. Believe it or not, they bonded over jars of honey. David Beckham at a fashion event giving the King a jar of his honey, and the King also sending one back in return. So yeah, the fact that we have David Beckham and Victoria Beckham attending their first state banquet.
And Angela, I sorry, I
I
had
did
to
that with
laugh. I had to
I did
laugh.
that with the king. I did that with the king. I was
Did you?
spending a year with him to write about him, a whole big thing, not a book, but to write all about him. And he invited me to Dumfries House up in Scotland after I'd finished, go for a weekend. And I thought, what can you take? You can't go empty-handed. And somebody said to me, he loves honey. So I got him a very unusual honey. And he was absolutely thrilled. And he sent me an incredibly nice letter thanking me. And he just does, he's got loads and loads of different types of honey. And I was also with him when we were looking at some wooden work, and this man was making a bee home, and he didn't want the king to see it because it was for his birthday. And the king came around and looked at it and said, "This is wonderful, this is lovely, I absolutely lovely." And then the poor man who was making it suddenly realized that he was doing something that he shouldn't be showing him. And he then gave in and said, "Well, actually, sir, I'm getting this ready for your party." Great, wonderful. He was marvelous. You saw a very relaxed man. He was thrilled about a natural honey. And I think that to sort of take advantage of that is quite a good idea. And he does, of course, want an honor. And I think he's going about it very cleverly.
Angela, oh my goodness, I'm always so impressed by you. You
Yeah.
really have lived, haven't you?
by
Fascinating
giving
story.
the, by giving the king a jar of honey. I
You've
don't
done it
know.
all. You've done it all. You know them all. I love it. I absolutely love your insight. You thought that the state banquet and actually that the whole Qatari visit was a real success.
Um, It seemed a real success. I thought the way the king spoke in his speech was very gentle, very kind. I thought everyone was delighted that the queen was there because she had pneumonia, which I'd said she probably had a few
Yes, you did. You
weeks
predicted
ago.
that.
And she came down, she didn't go outside for things, but she came and she looked amazing in red to match everything that was there. And she was sitting next to the king, and he's thrilled when she's there. He is as happy as can be. So she was there, well, not absolutely next to him, but very, very close. And that would make it wonderful. And also Catherine, who looked stunning in her burgundy outfit and hat. She looked most beautiful, and that made William feel extremely happy that she'd managed to be there. She didn't stay for the banquet, and it's been a very long evening, especially because she's doing her carols this evening. So it's quite a lot for her to do. And so there was a feeling of how wonderful. Here's the family again. Everybody's fine. I think nobody missed Harry or Meghan at all. And I think it made a big difference that Catherine was there. When you see her smile, you just melt because she's just delightful.
And Angela, there's such a lovely thing. I just wanted to quickly mention it because you spoke about the carol service, Catherine's carol service. And do you know that brilliant artist, Charlie
Oh, I
Mackesy?
wanted to show that to you.
Yeah.
It
Oh my
made
God,
me
it's
cry.
so lovely.
It
How
made
did I
me
help you?
cry.
Look, I'm just going to zoom in on it, Angela. It's
Yeah.
stunning. This is one of my mum's favorite artists. How did I help? You were by my side, which was everything. Beautiful.
Oh, yes. And she's right, really. If you've got somebody who will be with you, whatever happens to you, and that you might be making a difficult life for them, but they still love you and they will see you through it. And it's a lovely cover for all the things that she's going to be doing that this evening, and then shown again in Christmas Eve, I
Yeah,
believe.
so just to clarify, filmed Friday night UK time. However, it won't be broadcast until, as usual, on ITV in the UK. And
Yes.
it is also taken, actually, I know, because, I go to New Zealand for Christmas, and it was taken last year, I think, on Christmas Day in New Zealand. So it is able to be watched in other parts of the world on different channels. But I thought it was such a beautiful message to Catherine, because it can be taken in so many ways as well, can't it? It's a thank you to the public who were there by her side as well
Yes,
during
it's
such a
the
difficult
public,
year.
her husband, her children,
Yeah.
her
Her dog,
king,
even her dog.
her dog. Yes, that's right. I mean, it's very thoughtful and extremely moving.
No, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad we got that. I am so glad we got that. And yeah, of course, you can watch it with Surfshark, can't you? Another great
What?
reason. Surfshark, the VPN.
Yeah.
Another great reason, because you can just pretend you're in the UK if you want. Anyway, that's another story. Angela Levin, well, absolutely great work this week. And we will speak next week. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source, and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.